Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're back in the kitchen again today with my lovely mom over here. We're going to be making AIP rotis. So rotis are basically like tortillas, or also known as chapatis. And on AIP, we're not allowed to have regular flour. As we know, it contains gluten, and we're not really allowed to have any grains. So we have found that you can use cassava flour. So this is what we're going to use in our recipe today. My mom has perfected her cassava flour roti, and it's fantastic. So we're going to get into it right now. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah, hi, hello friends. Let's try this new recipe. It's really good for AIP diet.
Okay, let's get into this video. Before we do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can find out exactly when I post my next video. Okay, so these are our ingredients. We have cassava flour here and olive oil, and we're going to be putting some water in there as well.
I want to make about 10 chapatis today, Deepa. So I'm thinking I should put about 1.5 cup of flour. But if you want to use make about 6-7 rotis, you can still put about 1 cup of flour. And you need the same amount of water also. So let's measure this one. If you check it, is it 1.5 cup? Okay. So we put that in there, and about 1 teaspoon of olive oil we want to put in there. Okay, and also a little bit salt. And Deepa, if you could get me some water, please. We can put some water because we need water to knead it. We were gonna put the same amount of water, but we're gonna put slowly. Okay.
You want to put hot water, right?
Yes, it has to be hot water. So please let's put it in the kettle. It should be not hot but warm.
Okay, and so we're putting 1-to-1 ratio. So 1.5 cups of cassava flour and 1.5 cups of warm water.
Now we are mixing the ingredients. We put in there the oil, olive oil, and some salt in there. So we're gonna be kneading with the water. But put slowly. Don't put at once the hot water. It should be warm water.
Okay, so you just have to add a little bit of water at a time, and you just want to knead as you go along. And so my mom said you want to make sure that it's not super hot water, but like warm water. And super hot, it'll be too hot for you to be able to knead, but you want it to be warm so that it helps bind, right?
Yes. See, if you're putting a little bit at a time, it'll mix properly. So we'll save this much water just in case we need in the end. Otherwise we're okay.
So you didn't put all 1.5 cups in there?
No, I didn't. It all depends how much you need, when you're kneading it.
How can you tell if you need to put all the water?
And you have to feel it should be like that. It shouldn't be too stiff. Then the rotis will be too dry.
And it shouldn't be too soft as well?
Yeah, then you can roll them. Okay.
Okay.
And then let's put some olive oil on that, Deepa. About 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay. So then it can knead properly.
And it makes it softer, right?
Softer, yeah. More you knead, more better results you'll get. Okay, so now we have all intact. Now it's kneaded properly. Now you can leave it for about 5 minutes before you start making rotis. Okay, now you take a little bit of flour, the one you kneaded earlier, and then about this much, or little less, about this much. You take this much atta, make a ball, and then use some olive oil on your hand also, so it can give you better result. And then make it round, and then press it. And use some cassava flour to dust it.
So sometimes if your cassava roti is sticking to the counter, you can use wax paper. So put it in between 2 pieces of wax paper, and it'll be a lot easier to roll it out. So make sure that the pan is on very high, and you want to make sure that it's super hot before you place your roti or tortilla down. So while you're waiting for the first roti to cook, you can start rolling out additional rotis. When you see the roti start bubbling a little bit, then you can flip it over. You can also press it down to help with the cooking. When you see it bubbling up, then you know it started cooking. And the first one is usually kind of like a test one, and then the second one is usually better. It's kind of like pancakes in that way. And now you can see it's all starting to fluff up. Another thing that you can watch out is for like browning on the edges. That also tells you that it's cooking pretty well. So once it's all a little bit golden brown, then you can place it on your plate and then cook the next one. Now, if you're making tortillas, you can just sort of stop at when they're looking like golden brown, but if you want to make rotis, then you definitely have to cook it a little bit more. And another hack that my mom uses is you can put it directly on the open flame, and you'll see that it really helps to make the roti fluff up. So one thing that you can try to do is just sort of like half cook it on the frying pan and then cook it fully on the open flame. And then afterwards you can put a little tiny amount of olive oil on it. Okay, so these are our cassava rotis. I think my mom did a pretty fantastic job.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
so
for
much.
teaching everyone. And now you guys can make it at home. And if you do, please tag me on Instagram. I want to see your creations. All right, let's say goodbye to the people.
Okay, thank you for watching.
Bye.